What is up, everybody? It is Wick here, and today I gotta get some work done. We're getting piled up again, and I went to a garage sale this morning. Was the first one there. It was still dark. Had to turn the flashlight on the phone on just to see some of this stuff, but was able to pick up a few good things, which I want to go over in this video. One box I haven't even really went through yet, but it looks promising. I also got the stuff behind me here. This stuff I bought at thrift stores that was in another video is still on the table. I need to start getting that stuff listed. I also got some tips on some things to show you. I think it'll help a lot of people out. Okay, so here is what I got at this sale. Got the baseball glove, which I thought this was going to be a better one because it looked like one I sold recently for a lot more. Catcher's mitt, $3 is all it was. Still, I should be able to sell that for $35, so it's a great pickup nonetheless. I also got these Mysteries of the Unknown books, and they're in really good condition, and the whole box was $5. Now, if I had the whole set, I think I could sell these for a couple $100, or maybe it was even $300. I just looked them up. I don't even remember now. But I only got 21 books, so I still think I can price these $100 at least and get a sale, $100 plus shipping. And then they had this box of Lego that had $50 on it, and I asked if she'd do $35. Fully, expecting her to say no, just because of another thing I was trying to buy and she wasn't moving on it. But got these for $35, and I think there's some good stuff. I saw some Bionicle stuff in there, some of the Technic sets. I think that crane is going to be good. I got to try to figure out what these are and look them up, so I'm going to do that in this video here in a bit. Once I get the table cleared off, we'll see how much estimated profits in there. But for $35, I can't go wrong on that. There was a couple totes of vintage 90s Transformers, and I tried to buy them all. I asked the lady how much she wanted for all of them. Well, she mumbled something about it's not fair to other people, to sell them all to you. She said they'd rather just sell them to kids for at $5 a piece or something. I'm like, oh boy. So I told her, well, give me a price and we'll just go from there. Eventually she came over and kind of looked through them and said, well, I don't think he wants any less for, $700 for all these. So I was just like, yeah, that's way out of my price range. I think I would have went up to 200 maybe. There's a lot of Transformers there. I knew there was some that probably were worth picking up. I'm no expert in Transformers, which is why I was just trying to buy them all at a discounted price. So I just abandoned them. Anyway, I still got the Legos at a discount, and the books were a phenomenal price. The glove was a good price. Really would have loved to got the Transformers. It would have been, I think, a really good pickup, getting them at a couple $100. So I got some stuff here I need to start testing and listing. Some of these small appliances. These shoes have some cleaning that need to be done. You get listed. But I've already got some other stuff I started yesterday I need to also get listed. So here's what I got going on in here. Forgot I had some stuff on the table, had my photo box down. I got this Radio Shack Violator car, which I'm trying to get tested. I started this last night, but the battery pack needed charged. Hopefully it actually works, so I charged that overnight. This thing's very clean. It's in great condition. I'm expecting it to work as long as the battery pack isn't bad. If I can fully test it with all this stuff, it should be a great seller. If not, I'll still make some money on it. It's possible I even order a battery pack. I don't know. Speaking of other things I need to test, I wanted to talk about some of these power adapters that I use. I think every reseller should have these if you're dealing with electronics, of course. Like I have this Emerson Caller ID here. I bought it, but it didn't have the power supply, and I was going to order a power supply. But I don't want to order a power supply replacement for it if it doesn't work. So I have this one here, and I've mentioned this on the channel before. I think I even had a dedicated video about it a few years ago. This is one where you can adjust the voltage, and it has the different attachments that you snap on that will fit different things. So it makes it easy to test your electronics, and then if they work okay, then you can order just a cheap generic power supply off Amazon or eBay to sell with the actual unit. And this is actually not very expensive at all. I think when I bought it, it was $12, $13, which is cheaper than some actual replacement power supplies that you'd be buying for stuff like this. And it's possible because I save a lot of power supplies that I have one already that would fit this. But this is just an easy way to test. It's got quite a few different connector pieces, but there's another version I think that has like 20 some. Then I have this GPS I want to test, and usually these are annoying because they have the car adapter connectors that go in the cigarette lighters. So you have to go out in your car, plug it in and test it. But there's another adapter, which I can't find. I've been looking for 30 minutes for it. I have all my testing tools in one drawer, and it's just not in there. I don't know what happened to it. It's very annoying. But it's an adapter that you plug into the wall, and then it has a place where you just plug this in so you can just test it, in an outlet. Makes it a lot easier testing GPS units or police scanners or anything like that would need to be plugged into a cigarette lighter. I'll just put a picture of that on the screen since I don't have it here right now. I guess I'm not going to test that GPS today because I've wasted enough time looking for that. It's crazy how things just disappear. I'm very organized with my tools. I have places for everything, yet they just disappear. I'm also pretty excited. I got some of this easy cleaner stuff. I've been nursing a bottle over there. finally got a new bottle. I also got some new Scotty peelers, which I'm excited about. I use these to take off stickers like on the Goodwill box. I have the hair dryer over here on the stand, which I just use to heat it up, and then use one of these and it just comes right off. Then you can use some Goo Gone and just kind of get the sticky part off with a paper towel. Doesn't take much at all. My last one here, it was looking pretty bad. It wasn't really working great anymore. But I always save one of the old ones just to do like some heavy scratching because they're useful like on the bottom of shoes. If there's gum or like rocks stuck in them, they just pop everything out. Also, if they have written on the shoe, put a little bit of the ink remover on there, and it just comes right off when you scrape it with one of these. Like this kind of stuff just makes reselling so much easier. So I always like to have that stuff on hand. I'll make sure all this stuff is still linked in the description. I think I still have all my tools as long as the stuff's still available. I bought some of the stuff years ago, so might not still be available on Amazon. This right here is annoying. I got one of those notifications on Amazon, which is where I had this listed. I was just merchant fulfilling it. Had it priced $35. It's a Wii battery pack, rechargeable battery pack. I got one of the price notifications saying that was priced too high and it needed to be priced like $15 or something. I'm like, no, I'll just sell it on eBay or something. Even if I sell it on eBay for $15, I can't stand the direction that Amazon's going where they're telling sellers that you can't price stuff high. Of course, I can understand some items, that being the case, but anything rare or sought after, just going to end up selling on eBay if they keep doing that. It's happened with some board games and some other things that I send FBA, and I always have that stuff shipped back. It works. So at first, this was not working correctly. Sometimes with these older cars, electronics, things like Furbies, if you just gently move the parts, sometimes they're just old and they haven't been moved. They freeze up a little bit. Just get the motor moving again just by hand. So if you test something like this and it doesn't work right away, try that for sure. Teddy Ruxpin, the eyes wasn't working. The mouth wasn't moving on one of the ones I sold. I just opened and closed the eyes for like 2 or 3 minutes straight and it started working. Can help you make a lot more money and save a lot of money if you do that and can get it working again. Testing this Emerson caller ID, you can see here it says 6 volts. Usually the voltage is right next to the spot you'd plug it in. And then with something like this, you just adjust it there to 6 volts. Find the right adapter. So I've been doing some research on these Legos and they're looking quite good. Got some good sets, I think. Some of them I'm still researching, trying to figure out what set they come from. I think some of them might just have mixed pieces on them. It's kind of hard to figure out some of the Bionicle stuff, but take a look at what I got. A couple of these Technic sets, used, pre-owned, complete, are going for close to $200. I can't remember which one now. I believe it was the crane here was about 180 pre-owned, over 100 on this one. Not even sure what that piece is. Unfortunately, I don't know if these are going to be complete. They look mostly complete. I'm thinking what I'm going to do is just lotting up certain groups of Legos and just doing an auction. Still should make some great profit. Looking up this stuff with Google Lens is very annoying. Sometimes Google Lens just sucks, to be honest. Some of these pieces, I was just trying to Google Lens and figure out what they went to, and just weren't giving me any information here. There's 3 different dragons that they all look incomplete in some way. Trying to Google Lens this one, I just could not find the exact one. There's a Hobbit Dragon Smog that sells for a lot of money. It's a bit of a bolo. I think like $200+. I mean, that's not it. At least I'm pretty sure that's not it. This one, I believe, goes to a Viking set, which is very valuable. Could probably sell this for for $45 if it was complete by itself. Again, I don't know where the rest of the pieces would be. There might have been another box of Lego at that sale someplace because they did have a lot of stuff still packed up. It was dark. Maybe the rest of the pieces are just mixed in another box, which would be unfortunate. Here's a Harry Potter Griffin. I believe this is the only Harry Potter piece in here that I've noticed. Still, I could sell that for $12-15 by itself. I got $35 into all of these. I'm probably going to lot all the dragon stuff together in one lot, all the Technic Lego stuff in one lot, and I believe the majority of this is Bionicle. I was trying to figure out what this big piece is, and honestly, Google Lens was showing me some 100+ pieces that looked very similar, but I don't know if this has been Frankenstein, so that may be a good piece. Some Bionicle stuff is very well sought after. I think this might be the full set of a Bionicle in this bag. There's some other ones. I don't know if there's any Bionicle or Lego experts out there. You can kind of let me know, but by the time this video goes live, I imagine I'll have these already up on eBay on auction or already sold. Got some random parts here. This is not even Lego. It's just like some, I don't know what it's from. It looks broken though. Some gun pieces, some weapons. Just some other small pieces. Some like exoskeleton stuff may be good. I couldn't find any exact ones. I did find that one. It was like a $20 piece. Probably just lot all that together. Maybe I'll lot that with the Bionicle. I don't know yet. You can start the dragons at like $10 plus shipping on auction, and the Technic Legos $50 start. Bionicle maybe $10, $20. Maybe that stuff $10. Just see where it goes. There's enough people looking for Lego that you can do auctions and you get at least close to the value. I don't want to spend too much time. I've already spent probably 30 minutes at least just scanning and looking through this stuff. Things like the Harry Potter Griffin I'll sell separate. Probably do a quick scan on the minifigs just to make sure there's not anything special. I doubt it. But I'd rather make less money than trying to sell this stuff individual, especially missing pieces. I wouldn't be surprised if those Technics went for over $100 on auction. Stuff's pretty sought after, especially when there's rare stuff that people are looking for pre-owned, even if it's not complete. Probably not going to get that done today though, because I'm trying to get all this other stuff cleaned and tested, and I'm already running out of time. It's crazy how you get into this reselling stuff and it just takes a long time. It sucks your time. That's why I always say it's good to find things that you can list fast, because time is money. Now, I am having a good time going through these Legos, to be honest. But from a financial standpoint, it's not great time versus money. I guess it probably is. I mean, as long as I don't try to complete each set. But you can definitely get stuck testing something or trying to get something to work that's not working properly. It can pull an hour away from you and then you don't even get to sell it. That kind of stuff. People who don't resell don't understand just how much time it takes to clean, test things, put them in a photo box, take the photos, list them. It all takes time. And today I feel like I'm not making any progress, right? I feel like I've been working now for a few hours. I haven't got one thing listed, got a few photographs taken, but I have to remember this is progress, what I'm doing here. Looking for a power cord for 30 minutes, that was not progress. But cleaning things, testing it, even if I don't get what I thought I was going to get done today, I'm still making progress. And then tomorrow I'll already have all this stuff done and things will go a lot quicker. That way it doesn't feel like it's really stressful. At least to me, that's how I kind of tell my mind and think about it anyway. As long as I'm working and getting stuff done, I don't actually have to list the stuff until, the next day or whenever I can get to it. And then when I sit down to list, I'll have, a few dozen items. And that's typically what I do. I clean and test stuff for a day, and then the next day I just list it all, break it up into different work categories just to try to keep some sanity. Here's what I got going on in here. I gotta get some stickers off some of this stuff. I've got these two small appliances tested. This lid's off, worked fine. I mean, they're easy to test. I just go get something out of the fridge that has a lid and see if it takes the lid off. I'll have to wipe it down to get a little bit, get the sticker off. This little Oscar chopper also worked. It's pretty clean. I'm just gonna wipe it a little. Looks like there's some dirt on the side there. And I always put in the description when I sell something like this that you should always clean it before use. Anything to do with food or something like that, I recommend people clean, because I'm not going to do some super good clean that's meant to be used right away to make food in. I don't want someone coming back later and says, hey, I bought this, it had a little piece of food stuck to it. I usually just say, hey, this is clean, in good condition, but recommend cleaning before use because it hasn't been used in a while, or something along those lines. I think luckily these shoes are going to be easy to clean. Just going to wipe down some of this stuff. I don't even think I have to do anything to the Columbia shoes. I like to get them in the light so I can look them over and make sure there's no damage or any dirt spots. It looks like maybe there's a couple here on these Nike. These look pretty good, and these are very valuable shoes too, so I'm going to enjoy listing those. It's always funny how when you have something valuable, it's really fun to list. Then when you list something though, you're not going to make much money, maybe $10 profit, you're just kind of like, this isn't enjoyable. So what I've been noticing about selling books, especially lots of books where it's really heavy box, it's actually cheaper to ship them FedEx. When you go to ship on eBay, it shows FedEx being the cheaper option than media mail. However, I got one of those shipping cost adjustments. I just shipped out a bunch of books. The box was 20 pounds. FedEx is saying it's 20 pounds, 1 ounce. So that 1 ounce cost me an extra $13.47, more than what they were claiming it cost to ship the whole box. So it more than doubled the cost of shipping because of that 1 ounce. Now, FedEx has all these weird rules. I need to make another video. I made a video about these shipping cost adjustments. FedEx is really bad. I'm trying not to use FedEx anymore. And I'm debating about putting a video out to do a hit piece on FedEx and tell people not to use them because it's ridiculous. You're being quoted these shipping fees on eBay, and they are wrong. They have surcharges that eBay does not take into account. And I don't know exactly why. I know sometimes, obviously, if it's 1 ounce over, I don't even know if this is my fault, because if it's 1 ounce over, I always round up just to avoid stuff like this, right? Yeah, it keeps happening. There's no way to defend yourself. You can fight to get the money back. It's very annoying. It doesn't mean it's going to happen. And this is not dimensional weight. This is actual poundage and ounces. So I'm just not using FedEx anymore. I don't care if they're quoting me $7 cheaper. It's costing more money in the long run. And another thing with FedEx, you got to be careful, because a lot of times you don't even get these shipping adjustment notifications. You don't even know what's happening unless you go deep in your invoice and you actually see that, oh, I'm being charged more on every FedEx label than what I'm being quoted. This doesn't happen with USPS or UPS. At least it's never happened to me. It's just FedEx. So be careful. Don't get tricked by these low estimates that keep popping up. Chances are you could get charged double or even triple what they're actually quoting. Anyway, I'm going to get these books photographed, and I'm not even going to use FedEx as an option. It's just going to be media mail, possibly UPS if it's looking like it's cheaper to ship UPS. There it is, everybody. That's going to be the video for today. I'm going to get this stuff listed now. Relax the rest of the night, hopefully. It doesn't take too long. I appreciate you watching and hanging out with me while I work. It actually helps me out to do these videos, I think. It keeps me motivated to keep going. So hopefully people are enjoying them. I know I've got some positive comments in the past when I do videos like this, so figured we'll do another one. You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok, flipping_junk. And this has been Wick. Until next time.